from my own experience. I know what it feels like to have the expectation and hope of being able to have children with my wife, and then the disappointment and embarrassment that follows whenever that does not come to pass. I take solace from texts such as Luke chapter 1 and verse 5 and following, though. There we can read of a godly husband and wife named Zacharias and Elizabeth, and how they are righteous and blameless in God's sight. The text says, "It happened in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, there was a certain priest, Zacharias by name, from the class of Abijah, and he had a wife of the daughters from Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. Now they were both righteous and blameless in God's sight, conducting themselves in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord." For those of you who are in this situation, where your husband or your wife are unable to have children naturally together, that you do not be discouraged, and you do not be so upset that you cannot serve God. Try and do the best you can to be righteous and blameless in the sight of God, and seek to obey His commands and His ordinances as you have the ability. In the 7th verse, we learn some more information. "And there was no child to them, insomuch as Elizabeth was barren, and they were both advanced in their days." It does tell us that Elizabeth was barren. However, it does not tell us that Zacharias ever blamed Elizabeth for her barrenness, nor does it say that Elizabeth blamed God for the fact that they did not have any children. They were simply individuals who were striving to obey God and follow Him, and God viewed them indeed as righteous. It also tells us that they were both advanced in their days. And this is important because if you look in verse 13, we learn that Zacharias did continue to pray even though both him and his wife were elderly. It says, "But the messenger said to him, 'Do not fear, Zacharias, because your supplication is heard, and your wife Elizabeth will give birth to a son to you, and you will call his name John.'" So we can see these individuals, they did pray to God. They did not blame each other for their infertility, and they still strove to be righteous and blameless in the sight of God. I encourage you, if you're going through this difficulty, this challenge, to strive to do those things. Follow these examples and serve God as best you can. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video, and have a nice day.